Alright, so boom. For the past week or so, I've been trying out a new free game by the Fortnite boys, aka Epicgames. And if there's one thing these guys are good at doing, it's snatching up people's outfits and rocking them outside like hand-me-downs. Like, come on guys. What's poppin' people? ssjaipom, aka the Box Ghost, aka Griffith did everything wrong here, with another banger or bust video. And in today's topic, we're talking about Dauntless, this new free game that has taken more than one note from the Monster Hunter series. I would definitely say that this game wears its inspirations proudly on its sleeve, and if you're a fan of the actual Monster Hunter games, you might be less likely to enjoy it. That being said, as an entry point into this type of game, it's kind of effective if you can get used to the quirks and the damn login queue. Like, kudos to these guys for working on their servers all week and keeping players posted over on Twitter. I definitely like that. I'll say this, aesthetically the game looks very familiar. If nothing else, it's like a baby Monster Hunter wearing Fortnite skins. But to be fair, the visuals and assets blend together nicely to make some pretty cool stylized effects. Some explosions have gotten actual verbal responses out of me, and things go insane when higher level monsters get involved and start tossing out wild attacks. Radiant and Umbral Behemoths are wavy, like they are lit. I'm telling you right now, they are cool as hell. So, what can you expect within the first hour if you're hopping into Dauntless from scratch? After a brief tutorial, you'll be able to test out the 5 basic weapons, 6 if you make enough progress through quests and whatnot, for your own CAC, make your own character thing. While the game offers a pretty inclusive story as far as your character's importance and relevance, I wouldn't get too hung up on that. The gameplay loop kind of makes all of that trivial and you kind of forget about it if you're like me, where it's like, I'm just doing this to do this. I'm getting looped. In this loop, you are hunting down beasts to craft weapons and armor from their parts. The more you take on a monster, the easier that monster becomes for your future encounters. Most of the monsters you encounter are assigned elements, and like Pokemon, or I want to say rock, paper, scissors, each element has a weakness and an advantage. The game is nice enough to give you the information you need to know early on, and it won't dunk you into missions headfirst without always giving you some sort of hint or reminder. I've sunk in entire days this week into crafting and upgrading pieces of armor with drops from monsters, and as I get used to some of them, I get more confident to take on the next level or variation of that monster. I know grinding isn't for everyone, so if having to run the same mission a few times to make sure your gear is set turns you off, I have to warn you that it's a very big part of this game. You will legit not be able to upgrade anything, weapon or armor wise, without running into a monster twice. Like, that's pretty much it's in there, it's glued in. As far as depth goes, you can get mods for your armor and weapons that serve as like small passives to change your playstyle or behaviors of your weapons and tools. It actually gets pretty deep and fun when you collect a variety of mods and come up with builds to switch to on the fly for the type of monster you're fighting, whatever weaknesses they have, and you gotta break off pieces of their armor and all that. It's really cool. With a few tips from my friend Kat, who got to beta test the game, one of my least favorite weapons became my favorite one thanks to a small change on my build. Thank you, Kat, I appreciate it. Weapons can unlock new special abilities as you master them, and you get rewarded as you practice and master them over time. You'll start off feeling really weird and wonky, and then as you get used to the weapons, and they each have unique combos and stuff like that, as you get used to that, you'll be like, oh, this is kind of cool. Personally, the only weapon I kind of can't get used to is the axe. It feels weird. It feels weird to me. The game is very much free-to-play friendly, with almost no function or mechanics locked off behind the paywall. If you don't want to dump any money into this game, you only miss out on cosmetics and quality of life slots for things like mod crafting. Other than that, the base experience is a pretty complete one. There's no PvP from what I could tell so far, so I wouldn't be too bummed on the Elite Hunter Pass or whatever, or missing out on, extra premium cash to buy emotes and I guess skins for like your flare you throw up in the sky. Like, it's like whatever. Now, personally, I wasn't a fan of Monster Hunter World when I tried it out. It all felt a bit too overwhelming to me, and it was a lot to take in for a first timer. I heard the grind was a bit daunting in some areas later on, no pun intended, I promise, and the art style didn't do too much for me visually. However, after trying out Dauntless and actually enjoying myself, I kind of want to test out Monster Hunter World again after getting what the appeal is like here in like a smaller subset. Like the monster behaviors aren't the same as they were in Monster Hunter World. Like, they run around, you gotta chase them around throughout the whole stage, and they're fighting other monsters and other stuff. Like, it's pretty straightforward in Dauntless so far, so hey. For me, I don't mind grinding if I can see the progress over time, and Dauntless definitely loops me when I get a good groove going. It's easily a fun squad game, and it's solo player friendly if you're willing to grind out armor and weapons to accommodate you being a lone wolf or playing with randoms. It's a cross-play title, so there's always someone to play with and grind missions with, and for the most part, it's pretty user-friendly. I would say if you're trying to get into something new to just sink a little bit of time into, Dauntless is pretty neat. There are definitely some kinks that they have to iron out as far as queuing up for things goes, at least on the PS4 side of things, like leaving matchmaking and the hub world performance goes, but there hasn't been anything in these departments that turned me or any of my friends off from the game completely so far. We all enjoy it, so I'm going to go ahead and give this game the stamp of banger. And since it's a free banger, if you've got a weekend or a day to spend with a few of your friends, or if you want to be a lone wolf and be a badass, give Dauntless a shot. Give it a chance if you haven't played it yet. If you aren't a fan of Monster Hunter, or if you haven't tried out these types of games yet, I'd say this is a great entry point to at least get your feet wet and see if you actually do, like what they have to offer. And at the price of free, you probably won't be able to find anything better to at least try this type of genre or subset or niche type of thing out. I kind of hope they end up getting sponsored or cross-promotional deals like Fortnite does, so we can fight crazy cool monsters from movies and things like that. Like, imagine hunting down Godzilla or something like that. That'd be cool. Only time can tell. I'm gonna head on out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you made it this far and haven't thought of a comment to drop yet, I got a challenge for you, okay? Look, you didn't come up with a comment, I got one for you, okay? In the comment section, try to type the sentence "golden retrievers holding beepers" with your eyes closed and post the results. Let's see who got that typing skill, because I know some of you guys, you might not be that good at it. I'm challenging you. Can you do it on your phone? Can you do it on the keyboard? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see who got that skill, all right? Take it easy, guys. Thank you for watching, dudes. I greatly appreciate the support, and I'd love to give a special thank you to our patrons for the month over on Patreon, who are helping make this content creation dream a reality. If you're interested, check out some links in the description to find all sorts of neat perks and whatnot over there. I'll be seeing you all in the very next video. Take care of yourselves, be good people, exfoliate, and most importantly, wash your ass.
Where have you been?